Everyone in the office is saying, let's throw Barton Bakole. I don't think anyone wants to fight him.
This is Jonathan Agger, 5th Pro Boxing Fans, joined by boxer Savage Dan. Another press conference in the books for you up there. You didn't do the main presser, but let's talk about that, because I kind of came today thinking it's going to be respectful. It was, but judging the gloves are off, you didn't think it was going to kick off, and then it was actually more vocal than the Shields presser.
Yeah, it was crazy actually. It's like something clicked in Savannah's mind and she's just like, I've had enough. I've had enough of her doing a lot of talking. To be fair, Franchon was doing a lot of talking. Yeah, there's a bit of back and forth. Both got their points across. But look, when it's all said and done, it's a good fight, and you kind of want that. Maybe it went on a little too long, but no one crossed the line. It was all about, you did this, you should have done this, and I'm this, and you've been gifted this, and all of that. But it's exactly what you'd expect from an undisputed title fight.
So for Savannah, coming off that loss to Shields, what's her mindset, do you think, going into this fight?
I think she'll be more confident going into this fight than maybe she would have been with Clarissa Shields. I know it's at a different weight. I know it's another undisputed fighter, but I think Clarissa Shields is the best women's fighter in the world. Technically, she's superb, sharp, really good decisions. It's not the same task fighting Franchon, in my opinion. I think I would have Savannah as the tidier boxer of the two. Longer levers, the bigger puncher. I think she probably has all the advantages. Let me watch what I say, because guess who's walking straight past me right now. But anyway, I personally think that's where the advantages lie. I'm interested to see how it plays out, if I'm totally honest.
What's your prediction? She's right behind you.
I think Savannah does it. I really do.
So Dan, Ben Whittaker's on the undercard. I remember when he first signed with Sky and Boxer, Adam Smith was like, people are going to love him, hate him, but they're all going to watch him. And there does seem to be that thing when he walks in the room that the eyes are on him. So what do you make of him, and does he need to get stepped up if he wins this fight like quite quickly?
It's hard, isn't it? Because we know how talented he is, Olympian, a self-promoter. He's the type of person you want to see high on the card very quickly, but this is only his 4th fight as a pro. You know, you can move him fast, but then there's moving him at a ridiculous pace.
He's Olympic silver medalist, people would say.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also in the toughest division, and what you don't want to do when you don't have to do it is learn on the job. You're always learning on the job, but I mean, you don't want to start throwing him in there with the big names now, because if that goes wrong, all the criticism will lie with the promotion, and why did they do that? And you know, it seems a good idea until it's not a good idea. But we've known this sport for a long time and how to navigate it, what pace to go at. You can't, as much as you'd like to, and you know where he's too good for. He's too good for the level he's fighting at the moment. But this is how boxing works. It's the apprenticeship. You've got to learn how to do the rounds. You've got to have right tests at the right time. Because you need to be ready by the time you get to that top level world championship, elite fights. Well, you know, at that world level, you can't just go from being 4-0 to then fighting Dimitri Bivol. You know, and everyone knows he's got the talent to give Bivol all the problems in the world, but it's experience. You know, it's the thing you can't cheat. You can't cheat experience. You have to actually spend the time doing the rounds, just doing all the work.
Moving on, Frank Warren said today that Fury Usyk's not going to happen in December. I mean, what's your reaction to that?
Mate, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm not any more in the know with that side of things than you. You probably know even more. It seems a bit of a circus. It's on, it's off. He said, she said, this date, that date. We know what people want in what people are waiting for, the Saudi date in December. Who knows? But it would be a travesty, and it would be damaging to boxing if that fight doesn't get made. You know, you're finally in position to have an undisputed heavyweight champion. Not much seems to be holding it back, other than, you know, ego and positioning and jostling. It should happen.
Who should Fury fight in the summer?
Summer's almost done, mate. We're at the end of June now. It's about working out whether something's worth it. If there is a big pot of gold at the end of the year in Saudi, I'm not sure if 5 months out you should be risking it. Obviously, I'm a fan, so yeah, I want to see everyone fight, you know, whoever it is. If Fury's going to fight Usyk in December, it makes sense for him to fight somebody in the meantime. But I don't know. I hear so many different things that, oh no, there's going to be no fight. Oh yes, there's going to be a fight. Negotiations are off, and now negotiations are back on, and you've got the same thing happening between White and Joshua, and the same with Ruiz and Wilder. It's so distorted that I just wait until there's a confirmation of a fight. There's all the he say she say doesn't really work for me anymore.
You say I'm in the know more than you, but when it comes to boxing, you're definitely more in the know. So has anyone in the office said, let's throw Martin Bakole in there?
Everyone in the office is saying, let's throw Martin Bakole. I don't think anyone wants to fight him. It is a good, it's the perfect opponent, but it's the last person that you want to fight, knowing that on the other side of this fight, you must win it, and there's a pot of gold over there. So it's a high risk, low reward kind of fight, I guess, for now, Martin Bakole for any of the top boys. But I'm interested to see who fights who.
Last one, Carl Froch said that if Fury does fight Usyk eventually, that he has to be 12 rounds fit to fight him. Otherwise, you know, it could be a disaster, I think he said.
I personally think you have to be 12 round fit for all of these fights now. Whenever anyone's going to fight Tyson Fury, they're going to give it their all. You've got world titles on the line, you've got linear championship on the line, you're fighting the best, you're going to be super fit. So he shouldn't be fighting anyone and not be 12 round fit. I think Usyk is incredible, but I just think Fury has too much for him in terms of, you know, height, reach, weight, and then, you know, even if Usyk's giving him some issues, he'll just go southpaw and take away that left hand. I think he's just got too much in his arsenal. I actually expect a lopsided decision if Fury fights Usyk.
Dan, appreciate your time and enjoy your fight week here in Manchester.
Thank you, bro.